This one here, I decided I didn't feel like welding the entire way around. I just did. I focused on the top and the bottom. I did decent sections there, but then just sort of tacks down the side, and that's pretty solid. That's not going anywhere in a hurry. I do actually have to get one of those round drill bits that step in drill bits to cut that out. That's for the drain hose. So the water must come down on the windscreen, enter into the scuttle panel. When it goes down there, it comes out a tube. So I've got to get that tube back in. And that's obviously why that's rusted out. I would imagine just the water over the years is all, you know, is where it all hits. But the build's gonna get pretty big, I guess. You know, like I'm gonna clean up all inside here. I've actually already ordered some body deadeners and stone guards. So stone guards gonna go up under here, all solvent based. I don't want any water based stuff. I just want the strength of solvent based. I mean, I'm not going to bare metal under here, but I'm still going to wire wheel it, clean it all up, get rid of all the loose stuff, maybe even scrapers or whatever it takes, treat any of the rust with the rust converter, and then just get a nice thick coat of stone guard up under there. I've decided that I'm going to take the carpet out. I'm actually going to get a new carpet in there. I'm going to take the seats out. I'm going to be treating any of the rust on the floor. I might even actually do the same thing up here on the headlining as well, because there might just be some light rust under. I've actually had that headlining. I had that installed about 10 years ago, which is why it's in good condition. So hopefully I can keep it in good condition when I take it out. But for tonight, what I'm going to do, I might get around to this one, but I might not. But what I do want to do is get this patch in here. So this one, I ordered this one from, I think it's called like Resto Country. There's a few good websites. Rare Spares, it's actually a Rare Spares part, but Resto Country must have got it off Rare Spares and then resold it on. But as you can, it's a bit tight in here at the moment, but you can see that's just toast, mate. There's nothing left there. So I might have to do a couple of my own little patches around the side here. But I did decide that the lower back panel isn't going to need to be replaced. I'll maybe, as I say, I might have to do a patch or two in here, but I'll see how we go. I can hear somebody knocking on the door. Hello, Sky, how are you? Say hello to YouTube again. But yes, I actually don't let her in here when I'm doing the welding or grinding or anything like that. She's just coming in to say hello. This guy. I've actually got one for this side as well. I've got a replacement. It's not here yet, but it's on the way in. I've got a new back panel on the way in with these tail light buckets, because that's just, again, like, that's the worst part of the entire car. For a little while, I was a bit worried that I might not have been able to get them, but they do. There's a place, I actually found them on Facebook, so I found them by not using Google. So through Google searches, I couldn't find anything as far as the back panel goes. I've got another browser on my phone. It's just called Brave. So I do recommend that. If you're struggling to find parts, just try using a different search engine, because I do know that Google, they doctor the result, and yeah, you might find some different results if you have a look through different search engines. So that's about where we're at the moment. I just thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update. So I'm going to get into the cutting and welding of that lower quarter panel section today. Should be fun. Should be fun. So another big night. It's about 9:30, week number 2, and it's Tuesday night. So I'm making very good progress. I'm just absolutely ripping into it. Doing it all after hours. I decided to weld this up here, just tack weld it in a few spots. Like, that's pretty damn solid. I'll then seal and paint that entire thing, but I'm gonna have to treat all of the rust around here first. But the way I'm tackling this job is just get the worst of it done first. I welded a patch in here tonight, so that was pretty much gone through there. Another little one just down here too. I then rust treated it and just got a bit of primer onto it, and I'll come back to that later when it's time to do the body filler work. So as I say, I'm tackling the worst of it. There is surface rust here that's still going to need a little bit of attention, but I'm going to tackle the most of the welding. And look, no doubt there's going to be a spot here or there that I do miss, because there was one down there. I actually didn't see that until I started getting the wire wheel out and just cleaning up the rest of it. And then I said, oh, I'm going to have to just nip that up with a bit of a weld. I've decided that I'm not going to do any fiberglassing on this car. I want it all to be welded up. And with little things like that, what I've been doing is just sort of, I don't even know if this is a correct term, a bridge or a piggyback type weld. That's what I call it. I'm making that term up myself. But what I'll do is I'll just grind it back, clean it up, and then just go zap, zap, and slowly move back, zap, zap, like let it cool down, and then just build up a little bit of, well, it's just actually your own welding wire, what you're actually putting in there. But this is what I did last night. I'm actually pretty happy with how this one came up. Is it perfect? No. But I ended up putting that lower section in last night, and I think it's pretty good. You know, I think it's pretty good for a spray painter. Well, as my mate said, I'm more than a spray painter these days. But what I did last night, because like some of the inner panel in there was actually gone too. But I didn't want to go and put the inner panel in first and then find that the outer didn't sit on. So it was kind of a little bit fiddly having to get in there today, but I did. You may not be able to see in there properly, but I made up a little patch and I just sort of tack welded that in there. I'm then going to go around and treat it for the rust and seam seal it as well. But as you can see, there's actually already quite a fair bit of body filler in there. That was probably me 20 years ago. Who cares? I don't mind a bit of body filler. I'm just glad that we don't have big patches of rust. And what I did up under here, it's probably a little bit of an unorthodox method, but I just drilled some holes. I think they call them plug welds. So I drilled a few holes up there, and I just went over the top of the other skin, so it meant that I didn't actually have to unpick it. So that was just a way of saving myself a little bit of time, but they've got real good penetration from the top all the way down to the bottom, so I'm confident that it's nice and strong. But again, that's going to get wire brushed, it's going to get cleaned up, it's going to get seam sealed and body deadener all up under here as well. So yes, it's definitely a big job, but I mean, I'm just having fun doing it. So yeah, I'm making good progress. I don't have the back panel yet. I think that's actually getting made up. So yeah, that is getting made up. And I don't have this lower quarter panel section yet, but that should be here in like within another week from now. I do need to get that door fitted up soon onto the car just so I can get the alignment right. But hopefully I'm going to see if I can get myself a new left-hand rear door for that side as well. So that's why I haven't put this on yet, because when you do your alignment, you obviously start from the back because the quarter panel is not going to move. So you know, this is a movable panel, you've got adjustment on it, so you start from the rear door first, then you do your front door, then you do your guards, and then your bonnet. But yeah, this is the one that I did the other day, and yeah, I'm just going to seam seal it up. I've actually gone and gotten myself a few suppliers, so it's been getting expensive, but I don't mind. You know, I was expecting this project to get, you know, look, I'm giving myself $30,000. I'm saying, if I spend $30,000, I don't mind. Am I expecting to go that high? No. I'd like to get out of it for 20, but I might even get out of it for less. What I am doing is writing everything down that I'm spending on the job. But yeah, what did I get today? Some seam sealer, a seam sealer gun. I got some 3M seam sealer. Look, I'm just a very big fan of things 3M. This is a good example. So I got some duct tape up here. I've got the Norton or the Bear brand, and it's really not very strong at all. And you get the 3M brand. Yes, it's a bit more expensive, and it just sticks really well. And that's pretty much the case with everything. Like, if there's a 3M branded thing, it's probably gonna be better, you know what I mean? So look, do I actually know that this seam seal is better? No. I mean, I don't know that it's better, but it's got a 3M brand on it, so I'm pretty confident in the product. So I don't mind spending a little bit more money on a 3M branded product. This is another thing that I got. So it's like a body deadener gun with they call this a wand. So if you're looking for one of these, search on eBay or whatever for a cavity wax gun or a body deadening gun with a wand, right? So that's what they call this thing here. So what this does is it will, obviously you'll put whatever material you like in there. I'm actually going to, for certain spots, right, I'm going to get some of this rust guard, so the rust converter, and I'm going to get it inside a bottle and get it up into this, and then actually put this up through all the quarter panels and all the inner panels, because what this does, it's kind of like a sprinkler, right? So it'll sort of splay out in all those different directions. So it'll go out the front there. I was even thinking you might be able to block that off. I'll just see how it sprays, as long as it's coming out the sides here, because that's one thing that I'm yeah, like I want to get that up inside the sill panels. This is actually another thing that I've got. They didn't have the cavity wax yet, but I've got these wands that go onto like an aerosol cavity wax. Again, another 3M product, like expensive, but you know, the way I see it, I want the best out of my car, so I don't mind spending a little bit of money. So what I'm going to do first is use that gun there with the rust guard, leave it for a couple of days, and I'll get like 2 or 3 cans of the cavity wax and just go to town on it. Just go every single crevice and nook and cranny that I can get on the inside. I'm actually going to take out the headlining as well. I'm going to take out the seats. I'm going to take the carpet out. I'm obviously going to start off by giving it a vacuum, have a look at how bad it is, treat any of the rust, and then I might even get, I've got 2 stone guards here. So these are probably going to go up on the underbody. So I went for solvent based. I didn't want the water based one. That's probably going to be a little bit more durable for underneath the guards and all that kind of stuff. But I might get some body deadener and just, you know, like get that into that Schutz gun or the body deadener gun. And it might just make for a little bit of a quieter ride if I put that up underneath under all here, because yeah, it doesn't actually have any at the moment. So I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favorite is those spray suits. So they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with the Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested.